Hi everyone. So I've been asked to consider the question, where do I start when it comes to whole school change? And the first thing I'd say is start with yourself. So what are your beliefs about the world? What are your beliefs about education? What politics do you bring to bear? Do you see yourself as a person who's going to fix it? Do you see yourself as a person that's like marshalling the troops to address a war? How do you view the world? And how do you see your place in it? Once you work that out, then you will really address the notion of whole school change in a much more aware state. The reason why you need to do that is because if you have political leanings, which is absolutely fine, if you have, of course it is because we all do, if you have a particular view, a philosophical standpoint, for example, on pedagogy, and that is not being upheld by the people that you're working with in terms of what I call the tribes in schools. All organisations are tribal. There's nothing wrong with that. Awareness of that is key. But some of the tribes in your organisation may not agree with your particular standpoint. So you need to be ready for that. You need to be ready for not to fight, but to debate, to argue, and have a really keen awareness of what you stand for. So that's the first thing. The second thing, don't go bouldering in with your viewpoints without first really thinking about the stage of evolution your organisation is at, your school is at. So if you are, for example, in survival mode where you might have a diminishing demographic, you might have real financial problems, just be very aware of that. You might be further down the road, the finances might be fine, but there are issues around teaching and learning. You might be in an outstanding organisation, but actually that can hamper innovation. So you want to be able to tackle that. So very important to be aware of the stage of evolution that your school is at before you begin any whole school change. Now, once you've worked out what you stand for, you are aware of the evolution of your school, then what I'd say is trust your gut, trust your intuition. You know if something isn't quite right. Now, one health check on that. When I say trust your intuition, that doesn't mean that you go headlong into making radical changes without doing some research first. Your intuition can sometimes just be a sense that, this isn't right. And your intuition could be saying, well, it doesn't feel right, but I need to go and gather some more data first. I need to find some more stuff out. I need to kind of talk to a few more people. I need to get some comparisons, look elsewhere. Trusting your intuition doesn't mean just going off on a whim. So, but go to it. There's a feeling there. There's a gut feeling that something isn't quite right. And if you go down a particular route, it will improve your school. But just tune into, do I need to find out more information first? And then what's really important before you launch on this change is that all the tribes in your school, and I mean everything from the senior team to the cleaners, to the English department, to the maths department, to French, humanities, whatever it might be, the different tribes that make up your school, it's really important that you develop and define a shared common understanding for the start point for change. So if you understand the why, you understand why you're going to change something, and you've got tribal coherence around that, then you're onto a winner. And Michael Fullan wrote a fantastic book on leading change, and he talks about the leader of change being a coherence maker. So your job is to make coherence out of all the disparate needs, desires, and we all know about Maslow's hierarchy of needs. All of the tribes in your school will want different things. And of course there's fear of change and a huge fear of uncertainty. As much as people say that they're not, change can disrupt. And that's fine. That's fine. Disrupting is good. There's a great phrase, which I nicked from somewhere. Sorry, whoever said this originally, but equilibrium is death. So when your school has reached a state of equilibrium, rather like a mill pond that starts to die beneath it because there's no churn in the water, then you're not innovating, you're not developing, you're not serving your community in the best way. So embrace tribalism, embrace dissonance, as long as you know what you stand for, that you understand the school's journey and where it's come from and where you want it to go, and you have cohered your tribes around a shared understanding of the start point for change. There's so much more to be said about change management, but communication through all of this is the underbelly, the bedrock of really key change management processes. So I hope that's helped. Wish you all the best. Bye.